If you have absolutely no time or interest in learning and you just want a pure exposure to Bitcoin, then starting with mining makes perfect sense. If you have the willingness to learn, starting with a diversified altcoin portfolio is like giving yourself a crash course in crypto. That knowledge sets you up to make much smarter moves down the line. With an altcoin portfolio set up, you can now ask yourself the question, well, I'm holding these coins. How can I make my money work harder for me? How can I earn interest and yield on the coins that I already hold? Well, that's where DeFi and yield farming come in. Yes, there are absolutely real passive income streams available in crypto. And here at Imperial Wealth, we've got all the education resources that you need to take advantage of them. But from a decade of experience, we've seen the best results from laying that foundation first. Welcome to Crypto Coach Will, where we bridge the gap for everyday investors wanting to build real wealth in crypto. I'm Will Wright, the founder of Mining Store and Imperial Wealth, two of Australia's leading companies in the crypto space. For over a decade, I've helped everyday investors safely and securely set up in the cryptocurrency market so they can build long-term sustainable wealth. In this podcast, we break down the complexities of the cryptocurrency market, everything from investing, trading, DeFi, and even Bitcoin mining. Let's get into it. Crypto is the fastest growing financial frontier, and everyone wants a piece of that passive income pie. The beauty is that in 2025 and 2026, the crypto space is full of ways to achieve both. In this episode, we're going to break down how you can set yourself up and discover the top truly passive income streams in crypto, along with a few that might need just a bit more involvement, but definitely don't require a full-time commitment. If you've been wondering how to make your money work for you in the crypto space without having to constantly watch the charts and do full-time trading, then you're in the right place. We'll talk about the most reliable passive income strategies that are out there right now, what it takes to get started, and how you can set yourself up to earn passively without turning into a second job. Now, I'm also going to warn you of some popular passive income streams that might seem desirable at first, but in reality don't get you the results you're looking for and can also be fraught with scams. All right, so here's the real challenge. Yes, there's absolutely amazing passive income opportunities in crypto, but because they're so attractive, they also attract a lot of scammers. People get pulled into these too good to be true stories and lose a lot of money. On top of that, a lot of people jump straight into the passive income part without taking the time to set themselves up securely. And that's a big part of what we want to address today. If you spend just a little bit of extra time doing the basics, making sure that you're doing it safely and securely, understand what you're doing, then you'll get way better results and avoid those pitfalls. So here's my promise to you. In this episode, I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'll tell you up front what the best passive income streams in crypto leading into 2026 are. By the end of this episode, you'll know exactly what to do and how to do it right. All right, so let's dive into the best income streams available in crypto. The first one I want to talk about is Bitcoin mining. This is the most pure dollar cost average strategy that you can possibly achieve. And honestly, this is the most pure passive approach you can take. You don't need any trading knowledge and you're just letting the miner do its work over time. You're dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin, the most trusted asset out there on the market. It's truly a set and forget, and it's a great foundational passive income stream. So let's explore this point of a pure dollar cost average strategy. When you purchase a Bitcoin miner, essentially what's happening is you're purchasing a machine, and every single day that is acquiring Bitcoin for you. You don't have to watch the markets. You don't have to have a strategy in place. You don't have to be sucked in by the emotions of trading or any of that junk. Basically, what's going to happen is you purchase the miner, and you can set and forget and just know that every single day it's buying or mining Bitcoin for you. Now, the other amazing thing about Bitcoin mining is you're building exposure to the fastest growing financial asset in the past decade. Bitcoin mining is such an amazing way to just comfortably know that every day you've got Bitcoin accumulating in the background. Now, probably my favorite part about Bitcoin mining and what I've seen in our clients day in, day out is it forces long-term exposure to the market. So let me give you an example of what that looks like. Say a client comes to us and they want to buy Bitcoin today. What price is Bitcoin at right now? It's nearly at all-time highs. Just last week or 2 weeks ago, Bitcoin was at $126,000. Imagine a client came to us then and said, Will, I want to buy $100,000 worth of Bitcoin. Okay, no problem. Then, just this weekend, we had the biggest liquidation event ever. Bitcoin dropped from 126 to 120 to 115 to 105. How is that client going to be feeling? Are they confident to leave that money in the market after watching it drop so quickly? Of course not. No one would be. It'd feel like you've just been robbed. Now let's look at an example where a client comes to us and says, Will, I'd like to buy $100,000 worth of Bitcoin miners. This client is mining Bitcoin at every price every day. When Bitcoin was at $126,000 a coin, they were mining some Bitcoin. When it got as low as 104, 105,000, they picked up some at that price too. So naturally, you're getting a pure dollar cost average strategy. You're not facing any hard decisions. Should I buy some today? Should I sell some? It's just all happening in the background. So if that resonates with you as an investor, whether you're new to crypto or you've been in it for a long time, then Bitcoin mining is a really great solution for you. Now, the other amazing thing about Bitcoin mining is it's highly scalable. We have clients that come to us and buy $10,000 worth of Bitcoin miners. We have clients that have come to us and bought $4.5 million worth of Bitcoin miners. You can buy one miner today, get it online, see the Bitcoin landing into your wallet, and just experience it as an investment. Once you're comfortable with it and you see the results in it, you can then scale it to whatever degree you want to. If you want to put millions into it, you can. If $100,000 of Bitcoin miners is suitable to you, that's totally fine. It's incredibly scalable, and these are the type of investments that we like to see. The final thing about Bitcoin mining is there's really strong tax benefits behind it as well. When you are setting up Bitcoin miners on a company or your super fund, what you can think about is the miners that you're buying is actually an expense, and you can depreciate those miners over time. Also, the power bills that you pay to keep those miners mining Bitcoin is an expense, and you can claim those as taxable against your income. So there's major tax benefits as opposed to when you're just buying Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies, there's not as good tax benefits that go with it. Now, of course, if you've never heard about Bitcoin mining, some of this is going to go straight over your head, and that's fine. That's what this is all about. I'm giving you this education to open your eyes to other sorts of income, and this one is a great passive one. But if you want to understand this to the level that you feel comfortable investing into Bitcoin mining, I strongly urge you to go to the description of this video and book in a call with one of our experts. Next, we have a diversified altcoin portfolio. Now, this one is less passive than Bitcoin mining, but there is common misconception in crypto that altcoin investing is a full-time job. Building a diversified altcoin portfolio is what we call investing in crypto. The alternative is trading crypto, which, yes, can be a full-time job. When it comes to building a diversified altcoin portfolio, the idea is you should not take up much of your time. There is absolutely an initial setup process, as well as a learning curve to build confidence and comfort in the market. But once you have set things up and you have a strategy in place, what you start to realize is there are very few days of the year that actually require your attention. Go and look at a crypto chart. What you'll see is a substantial amount of time is spent in consolidation phases, where the market is just trading sideways. There are actually very few days where the market experiences substantial growth or collapse. The most important thing here is you don't try and hack it on your own. I guarantee if you do this, you're not going to get the results that you're looking for. Picture a brand new golfer, footballer, athlete of any sport stepping onto the field against a team of professionals. Even an athlete that has mastered their sport, say football. What do you think is going to happen if they step onto the golf course against a professional golfer? They would be a laughing stock. So don't make that mistake. Don't step onto the battlefield underprepared and without guidance. Follow the experts, spend time learning the game and building a strategy, and that's when you'll be ready to step onto the battlefield. I guarantee that approach will save you so much time in the long run, and ultimately you can turn managing your altcoin portfolio into a passive income rather than something that you're constantly managing. Okay, so there's an extremely passive income in Bitcoin mining, and there's a relatively passive approach with managing a diversified altcoin portfolio. Hey guys, real quick, if you've been wanting to earn passive Bitcoin without dealing with the headaches of watching the markets, you've got to check out Mining Store. We help investors buy and host Bitcoin miners in our professional grade facilities. No tech skills, no infrastructure costs, just passive Bitcoin straight to your wallet. If you're serious about building long-term crypto wealth, then hit the link below and book in a call with one of our experts. Now let's head back to the episode. Now let's look at a very passive approach to crypto, yield farming. The reason I mentioned investing time and effort into building a diversified altcoin portfolio is because I want you to think of that as the foundation of your crypto strategy. Once you've set this up, you can now manage your risk, strategy, and capital rotation substantially more efficiently. With an altcoin portfolio set up, you can now ask yourself the question, well, I'm holding these coins. How can I make my money work harder for me? How can I earn interest and yield on the coins that I already hold? Well, that's where DeFi and yield farming come in. So many people in crypto are just leaving their coins, whether they be Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, even stable coins like USDT or USDC. So many people are just leaving them on exchanges or wallets earning nothing. The opportunity cost of doing this is substantial. It's also extremely risky. If you don't own the keys, you don't own the coin. Now, this statement might shock you, but on average, I'm earning between 20 to 40% interest on major coins that I hold, things like Ethereum. And sometimes for more speculative coins or DeFi-friendly coins, I'm earning 200% interest. That's right, in 1 year, in some cases, I'm doubling the number of coins that I initially had through yield farming strategies. Even on stable coins, USDT, USDC, similar to Australian dollar, I can earn 10%, sometimes 20% interest. All right, so if you've not purchased your first cryptocurrency and you're watching this, then I'll tell you right now, yield farming is not the place for you to start. First, you need to build that altcoin portfolio. But if you've already invested in crypto and you're not engaging in DeFi, then this is your wake-up call. You're going to look back in 1, 2, 3 months and say, holy shit, I've left so much money on the table by ignoring DeFi. And lastly, let's talk about automated trading. A lot of people see this as a shortcut to passive income, but I strongly advise with caution. I've personally invested a lot of time and a lot of money. I'm talking over $500,000 into researching and testing these trading bots. I've never seen consistent results in the long term. They can blow up and come with a lot of risk. So while it's often marked as a passive income, it's not something that I would recommend. The public eye look at it with a simple mindset. Oh, it makes perfect sense. Why would I learn how to invest and trade if I can just copy trade someone else? But there's so much risk in automated trading. Often you're actually sending the trader your funds and trusting them with it. And although not all automated algo traders or copy traders are scammers, it's still a substantial risk sending someone else your money. If the automated trading strategy is automated by an algorithm, often these algos are based on back-tested data. Now, what that means is an algo has set parameters to trade on. The coder will then see how those parameters would have performed over a backdated time period. And then they will try and trade future price action based on those parameters. There is so much that can go wrong here. Firstly, where does the new algo position itself in the market? What if it enters the day before a liquidation event or a collapse in the market? What if unique conditions appear? How does the algo know how to adapt? Long story short, the large majority of automated trading services do well for a period of time. 1, 2, 3 months, sometimes longer, but almost always they face uncertain circumstances and blow up and lose money very, very quickly. Now, let me share my own personal experience with algo trading and automated trading. My background was in foreign exchange trading, and before I got heavy into crypto, I was still exploring automated trading. Of course, it's desirable, it trades for you, you can make money with no real action involved. We spent as a company $500,000 trying to develop trading bots, trying to find experts out there to do trading. And ultimately, at times, we made substantial money, but in the end, nearly all of those bots blew up. So I cut my own personal experience right there and then. I didn't spend any more time trying to get this desirable income stream. Every now and then, I wouldn't call it get sucked in, but I still look at, is it possible? And every single time someone says to me, Will, I found the new trading bot, I'm making this money on it, I always tell them, be very, very careful. Sometimes even I get FOMO back in because I'm watching them make money. I'm like, fuck, maybe it's, AI has gotten better, things are getting better now. But ultimately, they've all come back to me and said, you know what, it blew up overnight. So that's why I really put a massive caution on this one. And I really don't think there's anything out there which I'm comfortable putting my money in. From my experience over the past decade of running Mining Saw and Imperial Wealth, I've seen all kind of clients come through the door. Some who are tech savvy and eager to learn, others who just want a completely hands-off approach. And what I've found is if you have absolutely no time or interest in learning and you just want a pure exposure to Bitcoin, then starting with mining makes perfect sense. We've had older clients, busy professionals, people who just want a simple, reliable way to build exposure without worrying about altcoins or market timing. For them, Bitcoin mining is the perfect passive income path. On the other hand, if you have the willingness to learn, even just a little, starting with a diversified altcoin portfolio is like giving yourself a crash course in crypto. You start understanding market cycles, the big narratives, and how the whole blockchain ecosystem fits together. That knowledge sets you up to make much smarter moves down the line, whether it's yield farming or any other passive income stream. So from my 10 years of experience, I say, if you have a bit of capital and you're open to learning, start with a diversified portfolio. Once that's in place, you'll be in a much better position to tap into more lucrative passive income streams like yield farming. And sure, if you're absolutely set on automated trading, go and explore it, but do it with caution and only after you've got a solid foundation. So to quickly recap, yes, there are absolutely real passive income streams available in crypto. And here at Imperial Wealth, we've got all the education resources that you need to take advantage of them. Whether you're looking at our DeFi courses or our crypto academy, we've laid out the full path to help you set up exchanges, wallets, and a diversified portfolio step by step. Ultimately, it's up to you to decide how you want to start. But from a decade of experience, we've seen the best results from laying that foundation first. And remember, while automated trading might look tempting on the surfaces, it's often a trap for the unwary. Most people might do well for a short while, but we've seen too many blow-ups after a black swan event or a big liquidation. It's not as simple as it looks, and it carries risk that you'll truly understand once you've built that foundation knowledge. So take your time, start with a strong base, and you'll be in the best position to truly reap the benefits of passive income in crypto. I can't wait to see you in the next episode. Thanks for tuning in to Crypto Coach Will. If you got value from today's episode, then make sure to subscribe so you never miss the latest tips to navigate the crypto market. If you're ready to take crypto investing to the next level, check out the links below where you can book in a call with my team of experts. We place strong emphasis on educating before investing in the market, so take advantage of the knowledge they have to share. Don't forget to follow us on socials @CryptoCoachWill, and I'll catch you in the next episode.